for John Hardin High School. They come in with a 14-15 record on the season under Coach Hampton, while the Bruins come in with a 19-4 record under Coach Reneker. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville, online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626, and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works, online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900, online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple, online at westpointbank.com. Again, here in volleyball, district play, it'll be the best 3 out of 5 sets. First one to 25, leading by 2 through sets 1 through 4. If we get to a 5th set, it will be first one to 15, leading by 2.
So if I talk very loud, am I on that? I am. She laughs.
Serving tonight first for Central Hardin, be Kelsey Brangers. Allie Blair on the court, Lauren Vest on the court, along with Lily Padgett, Jasmine Carroll, and Genesis Mullins. For the Bulldogs, Sarah Jones, Sydney Jones, Autumn Ridge, Julie Kiter, Julie Newby, and Judy Lee. And an ace to start it off for Brangers that lands between 2 Bulldogs. So it'll be 1 serving 0. Newby for Kiter, then Jones gets it over. Sarah Jones does. Ridge to Kiter, now for Sydney Jones, dug there by Brangers. Vest sends it back towards the middle, bumped over by Blair. Kiter just going to try to find the hole. Blair gets there. Brangers will bump it for Mullins. One goes off the Bulldogs. Kiter got to it. No one else able to, and so a point for the Bruins. Again, here is all of our local high schools. The ball goes into the rafters. You can play it on your side, but it cannot go over the net and be played. 2 serving 0. Sydney Jones for Kiter, back to Sydney Jones. Vest to Blair. She'll send it up for Mullins. Carroll gets it over. Lee with the dive. Sarah Jones gets to it. Now Brangers. Blair for Carroll. Dug out by Newby. Sent over by Kiter. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. And a kill for Mullins. Central starts off 3-0 here in our first set. Brangers back to the service line, 3 serving 0. Kiter for Sarah Jones, and a good job that time by Padgett. She puts it down quickly, and 4 serving 0. Now Kiter for Sydney Jones. She'll send it to the back line. Vest up to Blair for Carroll. Blocked there by Jones and Jones. Blair. Now Mullins trying to dump it over. Kiter got to it but not able to control it. That'll be a point for the Bruins. 5 serving 0. I'd like to thank Miss Whitley here tonight, helping us on our stats. Brangers again with the serve. Judy Lee to Newby. Ridge will send it to the back line. Brangers gets to it. Blair now sets up for Mullins. Mullins backside, dug by Newby. Ridge, now Kiter sends it over. Brangers to Blair for Carroll, trying to find a hole and does. Bulldogs unable to return that one. And with that, Coach Hampton will take his first timeout. This is a Hardin County Education and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties, Bluegrass Cellular, E-Town Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184. You can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV.
It's fine. No, I got it. You're good. Okay. She's got the official book. You're good.
Brangers again to serve. 6 serving 0. Newby sends it all the way back over. And there'll be a point as Mullins and Carroll both went up and kind of put it down. Seven serving 0. Lee, Kiter for Ridge, dumps it over. Paget pops it in the air. Now Carroll blocked there by Sarah Jones, comes back over. Jones again goes off Carroll, and the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard with a kill for Sarah Jones. Morgan Holst checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs, as Sydney Jones will go to the service line. 1 serving 7. Brangers for Paget, and it'll be Blair that'll bump it over. Lee up to Sydney Jones for Holst. Holst goes wide. That was wide. Out, point for the Bruins. Danielle Nelson checks into the lineup for Coach Reneker. She'll head to the service line. 8 serving 1. Lee to Sydney Jones for Holst. She just punches it over. Blair there. Brangers. Now Mullins. Dug there by Sydney Jones, but unable to get it back over. A point for the Bruins. 9 serving 1. Lee to Sydney Jones for Holst. Brangers to Blair for Carroll. Carroll just taps it over and gets it between all of the Bulldogs, and another point for the Bruins. Ten serving 1. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Holst, and Holst gets the kill. That'll get Destiny Shorter back into the lineup as Judy Lee goes to the service line for the Bulldogs. 2 serving 10. Blair for Mullins, and Mullins with another kill. Point for the Bruins. That'll get Sydney Phillips into the lineup along with Lindsay Vest. Vest to the service line. 11 serving 2. Lee to Sydney Jones for Ridge. She goes across court. Lindsay Vest there now. Brangers. Mullins going to send it down the line. Ridge dives, not quite able to control it, and a point for the Bruins. 12 serving 2. Lee, and unable to return it on the Bulldogs. Another point for the Bruins. 13 serving 2, and with that, Coach Hampton will take his second timeout. A reminder, we'll be back on the air Friday night as it'll be football action. Friday night, Meade County travels to North Hardin to take on the Trojans, both of those teams' first district ball game of the season. Next week, we will have the 17th District Boys Soccer Tournament from John Hardin High School. We will have all 4 games of that. The 4-5 matchup on Monday, the 2 semifinals on Tuesday with the final on Wednesday. For those interested in the girls 17th District Tournament in girls soccer, we will have just their championship game. It will be on tape delay and will be on our YouTube channel by the end of next week. Back to action. Lindsay Vest will be serving, 13 serving 2. Lee to Sydney Jones for Holst. Dug by Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. Mullins back line. Newbie gets to it. The Bulldogs unable to return it, and another point for the Bruins. (14) serving 2. Sydney Jones. Now Newbie sends it over to the back line. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Phillips. That's long. Be a point for the Bulldogs. Brianna Davis checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs as Autumn Ridge heads to the service line. 3 serving 14. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. Mullins with another kill. Addie Atcher checks in along with Sarah Beth Powers. Powers will head to the service line. 15 serving 3. Ridge up to Sydney Jones. She bumps there for Holst. Blocked at the net. Bulldogs dig it out. Jones gets it over. Lauren Vest to Lindsay Vest. Now Phillips sends it to the back line. Sydney Jones trying to find a hole there. Atcher just pokes it over. Sydney Jones hits it high in the air. Now Lee for Davis. Davis' shot goes wide, and it will be another point for the Bruins. 16 serving 3. That one into the net, service fault. Point and serve over to the Bulldogs. Mullins checks back into the lineup and then quickly steps out as Kelsey Branger steps back on for the Bruins. Kiter back in for the Bulldogs. She heads to the service line for serving 16. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Dug by Ridge. Kiter just going to send it to the back line. Nelson is there. Lindsay Vest for Lauren Vest. Back line. Kiter gets to that one. Now Lee. Sydney Jones sends it over. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Phillips. Now Kiter right back. Shorter got that one over. Brangers for Atcher. Blocked at the net. They're going to say it didn't get over the net. It'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Kiter back to the line. 5 serving 16. Nelson gets it back to Brangers. Now Atcher to send it over. Atcher with the kill. Paget checks back in for the Bruins. Lauren Vest will head to the service line. 17 serving 5. Lee up to Kiter. Davis sends it over. Lauren Vest to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Atcher with another kill as that goes off the front line of the Bulldogs. (18) serving 5. Lee to Kiter for Shorter. That one doesn't clear the net. Point for the Bruins. 19 serving 5. Lee to Kiter. Cross for Sydney Jones, dug out by Lindsay Vest. Lindsay Vest with the set. Atcher blocked by Shorter. And Atcher sends that one too far, and that'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Destiny Shorter goes to the service line for the Bulldogs as Sarah Jones checks in on the front line. 6 serving 19. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Paget. Kiter gets to it. Sydney Jones will get it over. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Blocked at the net. Atcher again sends over. Blocked by Sarah Jones. Lindsay Vest inside for Paget. For Phillips. That goes off a Bulldog and will be a Bruin point. Judy Lee will check back in on the back line for the Bulldogs. Allie Blair and Jasmine Carroll check back in for the Bruins. Blair heads to the service line. 20 serving 6. Ridge gets to that one. Kiter tries to send it over. Not able to, and a point for the Bruins. 21 serving 6. Officials making sure that everybody's in the right spot. Catches the top of that. Sarah Jones. Kiter gets to it. Sydney Jones gets it over. Carroll ups it high in the air. Atcher on the line, and it went off a Bulldog. A point for the Bruins. Blair set to serve. 22 serving 6. Kiter back to Sydney Jones. She'll send it to the back line. Brangers is there. Blair sets up for Atcher. Atcher down the line, dug by Lee. Kiter sends it back towards the center. Sarah Jones gets it over. Brangers to Blair. Short set inside for Jasmine Carroll. Dug out. Now Ridge gets it over. Brangers to Lauren Vest. Now Addie Atcher sends it over. Ridge to Kiter for Sydney Jones. Brangers will dig that one out. Blair back sets for Paget, dug out there by the Bulldogs. Atcher blocked at the net. Brangers will get it back in. Carroll sends it over. Ridge to Kiter. Ridge back line. Brangers gets to that one. Blair sets for Atcher down the line. It's in, and a point for the Bruins. Good volley on both sides that time by both teams. 23 serving 6. Davis sends that one over. Lauren Vest to Blair for Atcher. And that one goes wide, and it'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Julie Newby checks back in for John Hardin. She'll head to the service line. Should be 7 serving 23. That one into the net. It'll now be 24 serving 7 as Kelsey Brangers goes to the service line, serving for the set. Newby to Kiter. Kiter will send it over. Blair got to it, unable to control it, and it'll go back over to the Bruins. Sydney Jones will head to the service line as Morgan Holst checks in on the front line. 8 serving 24. Lauren Vest to Blair. Now over by Mullins. It finds a spot. And so Central Hardin will win set number 1, 25-8. Both teams will switch sides. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Again, a reminder, Friday night we will be back on the air with the 7:30 kickoff time as Meade County comes to take on the North Hardin Trojans in football action. Next week it is fall break here in Hardin County Schools, but we will have the 17th District Boys Soccer Tournament. There will be 4 games from John Hardin. Start on Monday and then played Tuesday, championship game on Wednesday. We will have on tape delay the girls 17th District Soccer Championship game. Will be played on our YouTube channel later. And then next Friday night we will have football action again as Meade County will travel to take on the Elizabethtown Panthers. Kickoff time there scheduled for 7:30. After fall break, we will have one more volleyball match as Glasgow will come to take on the North Hardin Trojans on Thursday the 17th. And then the following week, October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, we will have the 17th District Volleyball Tournament. It'll be the 4-5 game on Monday the 21st, 2 semifinal games on the 22nd, and the championship game on the 23rd. All of those games will be held here at John Hardin High School, and all of those games will be covered live here on HCEC-TV. So we start set number 2. It'll be John Hardin who will be serving. On the court now for the Bulldogs, Sydney Jones, Sarah Jones, Autumn Ridge, Morgan Holst, Julie Newby, and Judy Lee. For the Bruins, Addie Atcher, Allie Blair, Lily Paget, Jasmine Carroll, Lauren Vest, and Kelsey Brangers. Officials making sure everybody is where they're supposed to be. Sydney Jones with the serve. Brangers. Blair gets a hand on it. Atcher unable to send it back over. Point for the Bulldogs. 1 serving 0.
Now mark a 1 right there.
Brangers to Blair for Atcher. And that was blocked wide. Point for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers to the service line. Genesis Mullins checks in on the front line. 1 serving 1. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Holst. Holst gets the kill as that one gets into the back corner. Destiny Shorter back into the lineup for the Bulldogs as she goes to the front line. Judy Lee will come to the service line. Ball got back behind the bleachers. 2 serving 1. Bringers for Blair. Mullins sends it in. She gets it on the wide side. Danielle Nelson checks into the lineup. She'll head to the service line, and it will be 2 serving 2. Ridge. And I think Ridge thought it was going over the net as she bumped it. It was going to actually go to Sydney Jones, but Ridge jumps in the air, got between them. Point for the Bruins, 3 serving 2. Lee to Sydney Jones for shorter, back line. Bringers got to it, ball knocked around. Carroll bring it over. Newby to Sydney Jones for Ridge, dug by Nelson. Blair across for Mullins. Mullins with another kill. Nelson again back to the service line, 4 serving 2. Lee to Sydney Jones for Ridge. Blocked at the net by Carroll, goes out and be a kill for Ridge. Claire Wessel checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. She'll head to the front line. Autumn Ridge at the service line, 3 serving 4. Bringers to Blair for Mullins. And a block there by Holst. Point for the Bulldogs, 4 serving 4. Bringers to Blair. Mullins dug by Ridge. Sydney, that's going to be a double hit. Going to be a point for the Bruins. Lindsay Vest up, along with Sydney Phillips. Lindsay Vest to the service line, 5 serving 4. Holst to Sydney Jones for shorter. Don't believe that one cleared the net. That'll be a point for the Bruins. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Wessel. And Wessel gets the kill. That'll get Julie Kiter back into the ballgame for the Bulldogs. She'll head to the service line, 5 serving 6. I'd like to thank Ian for all of his great stats work over here. Bringers to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. And that was wide. A point for the Bulldogs, and we're all tied at 6 apiece. Kiter at the line. That goes wide, and a point for the Bruins. Sarah Beth Powers checks in. She'll head to the service line. Addie Atcher checks in on the front line. 7 serving 6. Ridge sends it back close to the net, and Bulldogs able to get it over. Lindsay Vest for Phillips, dug out there by the Bulldogs. Kiter sets up Lee. Lee sends it to the back line to Nelson. Lindsay Vest just tries to find a hole and does, and a point for the Bruins. Powers to serve, 8 serving 6. That'll go long. Point and serve back over to the Bulldogs. Sarah Jones checks in to the front line, as Destiny Shorter will go to the service line for the Bulldogs. Kelsey Brangers checks back in for the Bruins. Lindsay Vest for Atcher, blocked at the net, unable to return it, and it will be a point for the Bulldogs. Eight, serving 8. Brangers to Vest for Atcher, dug by Shorter. Kiter to the front line for Wessel. Brangers barely gets to that one. Atcher and the Bruins unable to return it. A point for the Bulldogs. 9, serving 8. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Phillips, and she gets the kill. And we're all tied at 9. Lily Padgett checks back in for the Bruins. Judy Lee checks in for the Bulldogs. Lauren Vest at the service line, 9, serving 9. Lee, sent over by Sydney Jones. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Lee digs it. Kiter for Sydney Jones. Lauren Vest got to it. Now Lindsay Vest. Atcher will send it over, dug out by Lee. Kiter to Sarah Jones, gets it over. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. That goes off the Bulldogs and be a point for the Bruins. Ten, serving 9. Ridge to Kiter for Sarah Jones. It's gotten over by Sydney Jones. Now Brangers will bump it for Atcher. That one catches the sideline. Point for the Bruins. 11, serving 9. Floater over, Kiter to Wessel. Sent over by Sydney Jones. Lindsay Vest for Phillips. Phillips has a block there by Sarah Jones. Point for the Bulldogs. Julie Newby back into the lineup. Newby will be heading to the service line. 10, serving 11. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Just tips it over. Kiter gets to it. Now to be Sydney Jones outside for Ridge. Ridge to the back line. Lauren Vest gets to it. Brangers for Atcher. Atcher with the kill. Allie Blair checking back in along with Jasmine Carroll for the Bruins. Blair heads to the service line. 12, serving 10. That one will go into the net. Service fault. Point and serve over to the Bruins. Morgan Holst checks back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Sydney Jones to the service line. 11, serving 12. Lauren Vest to Brangers for Atcher. Kipped at the net. Sarah Jones sets it back for Sydney Jones. Outside for Ridge. Down the line. Bruins able to get it back as Brangers hits it last. Now to be Lee for Newby to the back line. It finds the corner. Point for the Bulldog.
Okay, now we go back to the top.
12, serving 12. Lauren Vest for Allie Blair for Atcher. I have a double hit. Point for the Bulldogs. 13, serving 12. Rangers to Blair for Carroll. Blocked at the net. Carroll hits it back in the air. Blair now again for Atcher. Back line. And that one gets in the corner. Point for the Bruins. Genesis Mullins checks back in on the front line for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers will be serving. 13 serving 13. Lee to Sydney Jones. Ridge gets it over. Brangers to Blair for Paget. Dug out there by Lee. Now Holst will send it to the back line. Lauren Vest to Blair for Mullins. That goes out off of the Bulldogs. Point for the Bruins. Lee to Sydney Jones for Holst. We'll have a net violation on the Bulldogs and a point for the Bruins. (15 serving 13). That goes off Newby to Lee. Sydney Jones sends it over. Brangers to Blair for Mullins. Hit at the net. Carroll pops it high in the air. West back. Sent to the back line by Mullins. Lee for Holst. Blair for Brangers for Mullins. Down the line. Dug there by Ridge. Sent over by Newby. That goes off Jasmine Carroll, and it'll go wide. And a point for the Bulldogs. Destiny Shorter checks back in for John Hardin as Judy Lee heads to the service line. Brangers to Blair for Carroll. Just finds a soft touch over and gets the point for the Bruins. That'll get Danielle Nelson back into the lineup for Central as she'll head to the service line. 16 serving 14. Newby to Sydney Jones for Ridge. Dug there at the net by Holst. Sydney Jones now Newby sends it over. Brangers to Blair for Lauren Vest. Dug out by Holst to Lee. Now Sydney Jones will pop it over. Brangers to Blair. Short set just gets over. And it'll be Shorter with the kill as the ball floated over the net and Shorter sent it right back. Claire Wessel checks back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Autumn Ridge heads to the service line. 15 serving 16. Nelson to Blair for Mullins. And Mullins with another kill. Sydney Phillips and Lindsay Vest back into the lineup for Coach Reneker. Vest will head to the service line, 17 serving 15. We are in set number 2. Set number 1 won by the Bruins 25-8. Again, it's the best set 3 out of 5 sets. Holst to Sydney Jones, and it's Wessel with the kill for the Bulldogs. Julie Kider back up. She'll head to the service line for the Bulldogs. 16 serving 17. Brangers for Lindsay Vest for Mullins. Back line to Lee. Wessel for Ridge. That'll go long. Point for the Bruins. Sarah Powers back up. She'll check in and go to the service line as Addie Atcher checks in on the front line. 18 serving 16. Ridge to Kiter for Shorter. Cross court. Lindsay Vest gets to it. Nelson pops it forward to Lauren Vest. Lee for Kiter. Wessel just gets it over, but it's wide, and a point for the Bruins. Powers back to the line. 19 serving 16.
It's perfect. You did good.
Ridge to Kiter. She'll send it back over, and we'll have a double hit. Point for the Bruins. Serving 16. Ridge to Kiter. Sydney Jones just gets it over. Phillips to Nelson. Atcher gets it over. Unable to return it. And a point for the Bruins. And with that, Coach Hampton will take his first time out of set number 2. This is a Hardin County Education and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties for all your real estate needs. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. So we come back to action. Sarah Beth Powers will be at the line for the Bruins. 21 serving 16. Officials making sure everybody is on the court that's supposed to be and in the position they're supposed to be in. Lee to Kiter for Wessel to the back line. Phillips gives it back to Nelson. Lee to Kiter. She'll try to send it over. Powers gets there. Lindsay Vest for Phillips. Dug there by Ridge. Now Wessel sends it over, and Wessel with the kill. Sarah Jones now checks in on the front line for the Bulldogs as Destiny Shorter heads to the service line. Kelsey Branger's back in for the Bruins. Serving 21. Nelson for Vest, and a block up front by Sydney Jones and Sarah Jones. Point for the Bulldogs. 18 serving 21. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. The bad angle for Atcher that time is she was having to angle it almost right down the line. 19 serving 21. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. That'll go off the Bulldogs and be a kill for Atcher. Judy Lee checks back in for the Bulldogs. Lily Paget back in for the Bruins. As Lauren Vest heads to the service line. 22 serving 19. Ridge to Kiter. Sydney Jones got that one over. Now Brangers for Atcher. Atcher back line. It gets in about a foot before the line. Point for the Bruins. 23 serving 19. Ridge to Kiter for Sydney Jones. She just pops it over. Bringer's able to get to it. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Atcher just taps it over. Kiter to Sydney Jones. Now Wessel. Bringers digs that one. Atcher sends it over to the back line to Lee. Kiter just going to try to find a hole. Lauren Vest able to get to it. Now Lindsay Vest gets it over. Sarah Jones to Kiter for Sydney Jones. Back line, Bringers gets to it. Now Lauren Vest will bump it forward. Atcher will send it over the net. One hand dig there by Ridge. Lindsay Vest tries to find a hole. Sarah Jones gets to it. Ridge, now Wessel. Wessel to the back line. Lauren Vest to Lindsay Vest. Outside for Atcher. Blocked at the net by Sarah Jones. Rangers bumps it there for Paget. She sends it to Sydney Jones. Kiter for Wessel. That one dug out, sent right back over, and it'll be a double hit as Wessel hit it back and forth. Good volley again by both teams. Bruins get the point, and it will be Lauren Vest serving for set number 2, 24 serving 19. Coach Hampton will take his second timeout here in set number 2. Again, let's run down the list of games for the rest of this week and then fall break. Tomorrow night we will actually be covering the middle school football championship game. That'll be on tape delay. Should be up by early next week. That'll be between LaRue County and East Hardin. Friday night we'll be back on the air with live coverage as Meade County travels to take on North Hardin in football action. Next week we will cover the boys 17th District Soccer Tournament here at John Hardin High School. All 4 games will be live here on HCEC-TV. We will tape the girls 17th District Championship game on Wednesday and have it on our YouTube channel by the end of the week. Back to action. Lauren Vest again serving for the set. 24 serving 19. Ridge to Kiter for Wessel. That goes long, and set number 2 goes to the Bruins as they will switch sides. And we will get ready for set number 3. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900, online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple, online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and you can always search our past broadcast on our YouTube channel. Just search HCEC-TV. Set number 1 won by the Bruins, 25-8. Set number 2 they just have taken 25-19 as we head to set number 3. On the court now for the Bruins, Genesis Mullins, Jasmine Carroll, Allie Blair, Lily Paget, Lauren Vest, and Addie Atcher, with Kelsey Brangers set to check in. On the court for the Bulldogs, Sarah Jones, Autumn Ridge, Sydney Jones, Julie Newby, Julie Kiter, and Destiny Shorter, with Judy Lee set to check in. Central will start serving with Kelsey Brangers. Lee to Kiter. Sydney Jones gets it over. Brangers for Blair. For Paget. Dug by Lee. Kiter. Now Ridge just sends it over. Knocked around. Jasmine Carroll get it over for the Bruins. Lee to Kiter for Sarah Jones. That's wide. And a point for the Bruins. 1 serving 0. Newby for Kiter, for Ridge. That goes long. Another point for the Bruins. 2 serving 0. Kiter gets it to Lee. Now Sydney Jones will send it to the back line. Lauren Vest to Blair for Carroll, and Carroll with the kill. Three serving 0. Newby to Sydney Jones. Kiter gets it over. Lauren Vest to Blair for Mullins. Mullins with another kill. Four serving 0. Lee to Sarah Jones. It looked like she had a misstep there. Not able to get that one back over. 5 serving 0. That's long. A service fault will send point and serve over to the Bulldogs. Morgan Holst checks into the front line for the Bulldogs as Sydney Jones goes to the service line. 1 serving 5. Brangers to Paget, and Mullins sends it over. Lee for Ridge. Lauren Vest to Blair for Mullins. And another kill for Genesis Mullins. Danielle Nelson checks into the lineup for the Bruins. She heads to the service line. 6 serving 1. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Holst. Dug out on the front line. Now Holst will pop it over. Nelson to Blair for Carroll to the back line. Newby for Sydney Jones. Brangers gets to it, but the Bruins unable to return it. And a point for the Bulldogs. Destiny Shorter checks in on the front line as Judy Lee goes to the service line. 2 serving 6. Nelson to Blair for Carroll. Sent back over by the Bulldogs. Now Blair will send it back. Judy Lee for Sydney Jones, and Ridge taps it over. Lauren Vest up for Mullins. Blocked there by Holst. And a point for the Bulldogs. Nelson to Blair. And Mullins gets it over. Now Sydney Jones for Shorter. Shorter goes back line, too long. Sydney Phillips checks in on the front line as Lindsay Vest will head to the service line. 7 serving 3. Lee to Sydney Jones for Shorter. Brangers to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. And Mullins with another kill. Eight serving 3. Sydney Jones for Ridge gets it over. Brangers there to Nelson. Mullins sends it over. Ridge, Sydney Jones, back to Ridge to the back line to Nelson. Lindsay Vest for Mullins, just tries to tap it over, finds a hole, and a point for Central Hardin. 9 serving 3. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Holst. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. And Mullins again with another kill. Serving 3. Oh, with that, Coach Hampton will take their first timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of RE/MAX Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. As we come back to action, Lindsay Vest at the service line for the Bruins. 10 serving 3. That one did not almost make it to the net. Service fault will give point and serve back over to the Bulldogs. Claire Wessel back into the lineup as Autumn Ridge will head to the service line. 4 serving 10.
It's okay, just catch up.
That's long. Service fault again will give point and serve back over to the Bruins. Sarah Beth Powers checks in to the service line as Addie Atcher checks in on the front line. 11 serving 4. Ridge to Sydney Jones for Holst. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. It went off. It was touched at the net by the Bruins. Landed out. And Kelsey Brangers will check back in for the Bruins as Julie Kiter checks in for the Bulldogs, and she heads to the service line. 5 serving 11. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Lauren Vest. Dug by Kiter to Sydney Jones for Ridge. Back line to Brangers. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Dug by Ridge. Lee gets to it. Now Ridge will send it over. Catches just the top of the net. Now Lindsay Vest tries to find a hole. Ridge got to that one. Bumped over by Sydney Jones. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Dug by the Bulldogs. Kiter for Sydney Jones. Just tries to find a hole. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Dug out by the Bulldogs. Ridge will get it back to Kiter. Kiter sends it over to Brangers. Lindsay Vest for Phillips. Dug by Ridge. Kiter for Wessel. Dug out by Nelson. Lindsay Vest to Atcher. Dug out by Kiter there and over the net. Lindsay Vest again for Lauren Vest. Down the line, dug by Ridge. Kiter in the middle for Shorter. She goes to the back line where Brangers is. Lindsay Vest for Atcher. Dug by Ridge to Kiter. Sent over, and that's long. And a point for the Bruins. Lily Paget will check in on the front line for the Bruins. Lauren Vest to the service line, 12 serving 5. Lee to Sydney Jones for Shorter. That one doesn't make it over. Point for the Bruins. 13 serving 12. Brianna Davis checks in on the front line for the Bulldogs. Wessel will send that one over. That goes long, and a point for the Bruins. 14 serving 5. Lee to Kiter for Ridge. Lindsay Vest to Brangers for Paget. Sent right back over by Ridge. Lindsay Vest for Atcher, just tips it over. Davis sends it back, and it goes right back again. Lauren Vest gets it to Paget, and that'll be a double hit on the Bruins, and a point for the Bulldogs. Sarah Jones checks back on the front line. Brianna Davis to the service line. 6 serving 14. Mary Donna Atcher has been a huge help for us this evening. She was going to announce. She decided not to. Phillips gets that kill. She's a jack of all trades. Counselor by day, announcer by night. Allie Blair checking into the lineup along with Jasmine Carroll. Blair will head to the service line. (15) serving 6. Service fault. Point and serve over to the Bulldogs. Julie Newby checks into the lineup for the Bulldogs. She'll head to the service line. 7 serving 15. Lauren Vest to Blair for Atcher. Blocked at the net. Carroll digs it out. Goes wide, and it'll be a point for the Bulldogs. 8 serving 15. Lauren Vest for Blair for Carroll. Sydney Jones back to Sarah Jones. Dug by Blair. Brangers pops it in the air for Atcher. That goes wide, and a point for the Bulldogs. 9 serving 15.
Focus out there.
Brangers to Blair for Atcher. That goes long. 10 serving 15. That'll go wide. Service fault. We'll give point and serve back over to the Bruins. Genesis Mullins will check back in on the front line. Kelsey Brangers to the service line. 16 serving 10. Lee sends it all the way back over, and the Bruins unable to get to it. Morgan Holst to check in for the Bulldogs. As Sydney Jones goes to the service line, 11 serving 16. Had one into the net. That'll allow Danielle Nelson to check back in for the Bruins as she heads to the service line. 17 serving 11. And that'll be an ace by Nelson. A little miscommunication by the Bulldogs. 18 serving 11. Lee to Sydney Jones. Misplays that one. Point for the Bruins. 19 serving 11. And with that, Coach Hampton will take a timeout. We are in set number 3. It's the best 3 out of 5. Central Hardin won set 1, 25-8. Set 2, 25-19. Reminder, we'll be back on the air Friday night as it'll be football action as Meade County comes to take on the North Hardin Trojans. Kickoff time scheduled for 7:30. Fall break next week, we will have the boys 17th District Soccer Tournament. All 4 games here at John Hardin High School will be covered live on HCEC-TV. On Monday night, it'll be the 4-5 matchup. Tuesday night, we'll have the 2 semifinals, and Wednesday night, we will have the championship game. We will record the girls 17th District Soccer Tournament Championship game from E-Town on Wednesday night and have that on our YouTube channel by the end of that week. Next week, we will also have football action on Friday night as Meade County will travel to take on Elizabethtown. Nelson to serve, 19 serving 11. Sarah Jones to Sydney Jones, pops it over. Brangers to Blair for Mullins, and Mullins just able to get enough on it. It got over the net, and the Bulldogs unable to get to it. 20 serving 11. Sydney Jones for Holst, dug by Brangers to Nelson for Mullins, dug by Lee to Newby for Ridge, hit at the net. Blair unable to get to it, and a point for the Bulldogs. Destiny Shorter checks back in on the front line. Judy Lee to the service line, 12 serving 20. Nelson to Blair for Carroll. Newby to Sydney Jones for Ridge. That's long, and a point for the Bruins. Sydney Phillips checks back in on the front line as Lindsay Vest will head to the service line. 21 serving 12. And that'll be an ace by Lindsay Vest. 22 serving 12. Malaya Ignacio checking into the lineup for the Bulldogs. It goes right to her. Sydney Jones now for Holst, and Holst with the kill. Claire Wessel checks back in for the Bulldogs. Ignacio goes back to serve. 13 serving 22. Brangers And that one started to go over the net. Destiny Shorter there gets the point for the Bulldogs. 14 serving 22. Rangers to Lindsay Vest for Mullins. Another kill for Mullins. Addie Atcher will check in on the front line as Sarah Beth Powers heads to the service line. 23 serving 14. That one just dies over. Shorter gets it to Sydney Jones now for Wessel. Wessel with the kill for the Bulldogs. And Julie Kinder checks back in. And now Kelsey Branger's back in for the Bruins. Kinder to the service line, 15 serving 23. Nelson to Lindsay Vest for Atcher. And it was touched at the front line. Point for the Bruins. Paget checks in on the front line as Lauren Vest goes to the service line, serving for the match. 24 serving 15. Ignacio unable to return it, and Central Hardin will win the match 3 sets to 0. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, Brandenburg, Bardstown, and Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. Ryan Harris of Remax Premier Properties. For all your real estate needs, contact Ryan at 270-723-4626 and he'll get the job done. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Again, Central Hardin now earning their 20th victory on the season. Reminder, we will be back on the air Friday night with football action as Meade County comes to take on the North Hardin Trojans. For all of our student workers here at HCEC-TV that make this possible, for Miss Anna Bray, I am Bobby Thompson saying so long and good night.
This has been a Hardin County Educational Community Television production. Live local sports are on Brandenburg Channel 1, and all rebroadcasts are on Brandenburg and Comcast Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and on our YouTube site. Also check out our live sporting events on nfhs.com or visit us at hardin.k12.ky.us. Hardin County Educational Community Television, located in Hardin County, Kentucky. A division of Hardin County Schools, airing on Brandenburg, Comcast, Spectrum, and also airing online.
Providing live coverage of local high school sports.
Covering community and school events, while teaching students along the way.
HCEC-TV, the area's leading educational and government access channel, training the next generation of media arts students.
Control your home even when you're not there with Brandenburg Telecom's home automation service. Turn lights on and off, lock and unlock doors, and change settings on your thermostat using your smartphone or tablet. Stop worrying whether or not you remember to close the garage door, and save money by programming your thermostat to reduce energy used when you're not home. Call Brandenburg Telecom for a free quote and enjoy the convenience of having home automation, phone, TV, and internet service, all from one local company.
All right, son, You ready to open your first savings account?
Yes, I am.
West Point Bank has been growing with our customers for over 30 years. We know what it takes to support them in every stage of their life. You need a bank that you know and trust to help you reach your goals and make your dreams come true. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
You have a choice because not all physical therapy is the same.
So when you need physical therapy, come to the one chosen as Hardin County's Reader's Choice winner 4 years in a row.
We are always working to better educate and stay ahead of the latest advancements in physical therapy.
Physical therapy can get you back doing what you love to do.
If you're experiencing pain, loss of mobility, or just want to feel better,
come see us at Physical Therapy Associates in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, and now open in Brandenburg.
Hey everyone, Ryan here. I just wanted to announce some exciting news that I'm officially a licensed realtor. I've been a part of a championship-winning basketball team, a conference-winning Bellarmine golf team, and now I'm part of an award-winning real estate team, JT Pitts & Associates at RE/MAX Premier Properties. If you have any real estate questions, real estate needs, or just want to reach out, please don't hesitate to call or send me a message. My number is right below. I'm ready to bring that winning mentality to the real estate industry so I can give my clients the service they deserve. Thanks.
Bluegrass Cellular's faster data speeds and more complete coverage keep you connected to your community, no matter where life takes you. Whether you're exploring your own backyard or forging new paths across the country. Talk better, text better, play better, and share better. Here, there, and everywhere. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
E-Town Exterminating, a locally owned, family-run pest control company, has been serving Hardin County and the surrounding area since 1976. E-Town Exterminating provides pest control for residential and commercial properties. E-Town Exterminating on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. Phone 737-6900.
E-Town Exterminating. What the buzz is all about.
For additional information on HCEC-TV programming, call 270-769-8855 or email Gina Ryan at hardin.kyschools.us. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our live covered sponsors.